Hi everyone, it's Wendy, and last week I posted about whether or not the artists that follow along would like to know about creative blocks, and I got a pretty good response, and I thought it was probably worth doing a live on that. So creativity, what is creativity? I've just written a few notes, so forgive me, I'm just going to refer to them. Creativity is like an urge that we get where we take inspired action. It comes from the heart and it's something that we can't push, and it's like a sense of just knowing that we need to do this. And it helps when we don't look at the shoulds and the rules, as this induces fear and stress, which actually kills creativity. So some things that define what creativity is it's not just being an artist or expressing ourselves through the arts. It can be a project. It can be the way we share our time with our kids. It can be time in the garden, a dinner party, an event, a project, cooking, a thing that lights you up. So that's creativity, where you take a project from beginning to end and it feels good and inspired, okay? So have a think about what in your life you might be creative in. It can just even be compiling an email, a Facebook post, that's creative. And it can be in creating a document, you know? So creating, we're all doing it all the time, we don't even realise it. And we tap into a place of just that automatic inner knowing when we do these things, and we feel guided to give our best, and yeah. So the reasons we can get blocked, I've just written here, if you do too many things that don't inspire you, you end up feeling blocked. So you can get uninspired, unmotivated, even resentful. So if you're too busy, if you've got too much on your plate, if there's lots of stress in your life, if there's too many demands on your time, this is where we can end up getting blocked. Also, if we're undergoing a great amount of, I said stress already, but pressure, life circumstances, grief, if you're just unhappy in doing what you're actually doing. So if you're unhappy at work, in your job, in your relationship, this will filter out into your creativity. So I've made 3 points of what can get you out of being blocked as a creative. So number 1, do something different. Get out of your rut. Start with a new habit. Learn something new. Just break routine even. Just if going for a walk is not something you would normally do, try it. Being out in nature is fantastic for getting out of your rut. Go to a different location. Try leaving your house more often. What else have I written here? And push through your comfort zone. So go out into social situations or with people that you might be like-minded with, and don't be afraid to do this. I mean, some creatives are very introverted and prefer to stick to themselves and their own company, but it's amazing what happens when you join with like-minded people and have a conversation, because what that actually does is reflect back to you who you are as a person. Okay, so that's really good. Do something different, connect with old friends. This all can enable new perspectives on your own life and on life as a whole and the bigger picture. Okay, so that's point 1. Point 2, be open and receiving of your creative spark. So this is similar to the last one. So look around and what brings you joy and what inspires you. Is it something you saw on TV? Is it a magazine clipping? Is it a picture, a place, a scene? And capture that in your mind. Like, take a photo of it in your mind, or take a real photo, write it down in your journal, and what was it about that, what you saw, that makes you feel great? So it might be just a product, a smell, a perfume. What was it about it? How did it make you feel? So be open, using all your 5 senses, about what it is that you actually love in life. Okay, so sight, smell, noise, taste, touch. Yeah. So I've written, go somewhere that inspires and relaxes you. Detach from the norm, and detach from the shoulds and the have-tos. Spend time away from your 4 walls. Withdraw from the have-tos. I just said that. Take yourself on your own date. Just one-on-one, a date with yourself. Go do something that you think you didn't deserve, like go somewhere special that you've always wanted to go, and treat yourself. So a mini retreat, some ideas I've written here is go to an open garden, a beach or water source, nature walks, art gallery, forest, trees, anything that you're attracted to. Most creatives love some form of nature, whether it be the water or trees. So take yourself on a mini retreat, get out and away, and spend some time just in silence and solitude with yourself, and just wait for that inspired thoughts to come back. Okay. So number 3, this is point 3, is get out of your own way. So that means take away your expectations of yourself about how amazing your creativity has to be. Stop judging yourself about what you should be doing, how often you should be doing it. There's no rules with creativity. Don't be forced. Some days, for me, I don't push my creativity. I've learned that when I push it, it fails. It's disappointing, and it was a waste of time. So I wait for that feeling and urge to come, and sometimes when it comes, I can be so productive that I paint all day, and I can amount to 3 paintings in one day. And then if I've got a lot of other stuff going on in my family, I might not pick up the brushes for a couple of weeks. So I don't think you should have a schedule around when you need to be doing your creative thing. Like, you can't say, right, I'm going to do it every Monday, because if you don't feel like it on that Monday, you're wasting your time. So don't blame yourself. Be kinder to yourself, and everything will happen in good time. Stop telling yourself the lies. 1 second, I've got to get a book that I've referred to for a lot of this. Okay, this is a book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And it's a course in discovering and recovering your creative self. But I feel like it applies to all of us. It's not just about creativity. And I've got a lot of value out of this book. So in my notes here it just says to refer to page 7. Let's have a quick look. Page 7. Stop telling yourself things like it's too late. Stop waiting until you make enough money to do something you really love. Stop telling yourself it's just my ego whenever you yearn for a more creative life. Stop telling yourself that dreams don't matter, that they are only dreams, and that you should be more sensible. Stop fearing that what your family and friends would think. Stop telling yourself that creativity is a luxury and that you should be grateful for what you've got. So, creativity, I'm just such a huge advocate for it, for mental health, well-being, and just loving yourself, you know. We all deserve downtime to do what we really want to do, away from our have-tos lists and our jobs. Okay, back to point 3, getting out of your own way. What are your underlying beliefs about allowing yourself to be creative? Like, do you do it as a last resort when everything else is done? And it's like us mums and women, we put ourselves last. Like, is that really rational? And is it even healthy for ourselves and our family? So what are your beliefs? Be brave and forget what others think. If it feels better, reach out to a fellow artist for feedback. Believe me, they are more than happy to assist. And ask yourself, is it safe for you to create? Like, are you worried about what people will say? Are you worried about the judgment, the criticism, and other people in your family going, what's she wasting her time on that for? So just dig deep about those beliefs and whether or not they're even true. So that might be blocking you as well, about giving yourself time. Maybe like I talked about self-love. Self-love is not a dirty word, and a lot of people think they don't deserve it and that they should put other people before themselves. But if we can't put ourselves first, who else is going to? Okay. So just back to, so that's my 3 points. Do something different, be open and receiving of your spark, and get out of your own way. And the last thing I wanted to say is, if you're still blocked after trying all those things, ask, is there a payoff for staying blocked? Is there a payoff for staying blocked? And just really sit into that. Like, maybe subconsciously or unconsciously, you'd rather be blocked than push through these fears and these beliefs that might be limiting you. So journal on that. Sounds a bit harsh, but we all stay in our stuck situations sometimes for a reason, an underlying reason, because it feels safer. And pushing through our comfort zone is tricky, because our mind actually doesn't like change. It's true that our mind likes things to be stable and sometimes even boring and comfort zone like. And when we go out of that, it feels maybe a little bit of fear. But fear is actually another version of excitement, just because we don't know what it's going to bring us. So think of fear as just excitement on a high. That's a good one for you. So just lastly, I was feeling quite blocked in winter. Didn't get enough sunshine, was very busy doing lots of other things in my life. My family, some voluntary position that I held, and just wasn't feeling my mojo. And I could actually predict that that's what it would do for my creativity. And I knew that I could look forward to after winter, when things settled down around my family and time, and the weather was better, because I get affected by winter. I knew that it would come back. So I didn't let it worry me. I didn't let it stress me. You know, I went probably 8 weeks without picking up the paintbrushes during part of winter. And that's okay. Fortunately, I'm not relying on my art to pay the bills. Not many artists can, I don't think. So there you go. I hope that was helpful, and love to hear your feedback, any comments, any other insights or advice or information you'd like to add, and whether or not you'd like to hear more, just pop a comment below about other information you'd like to hear about being an artist, and I'd love to help you out. Okay, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.